let's go back to our tip percentage here, which is our slider. Let's see how can we construct this so that we can start seeing the differences as we slide left and right and feed our percentage to show correctly here. Now, if we go up, we see that our state, at least some of our states here, we have our slider position state, and we know that these are the values in our state here are floats, and they start at 0. But what we want to do is we want to change this value when we show it, because in this case, this float has decimal points. So we want an actual full number, if you will, an int. So we need to create yet another variable inside here and say val. Let's call this tip percentage as such, and we're going to take the float here and multiply that by 100 to get a nice value like 33%, 10%, and so forth. So I'm going to put inside of parentheses, I'm going to say slider position. In fact, this has to be below our slider position state here, so we can use it, right? So slider position state, that value, and we're going to multiply that by 100 as such, and we're going to say to int to convert that value to int. So again, this is what we're going to be using to show the percentage there. So back in our slider, we have our slider. We're passing the slider position values here, which are needed. We don't have to convert them as they are right now, because those are the values that are needed for our slider. But if we go back and look at our text here, put this line below, I'm going to change this because this is the percentage, right? So I'm going to say here, tip percentage value, and append the percentage sign like that. Now, if we run this, we should be able to get the correct values. Is that true? Let's see. Slide, and you can see it is indeed working because at 0, it's 0. And as I go through 16 and so forth, that's very good. So this is exactly what we need. And all the way to 100. That's where it all ends. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay. All right, so it seems like we have the main functionality working, at least enough so that we can start doing calculations. So the idea is that we enter, let's say 100, hit enter, and then we should start sliding left or right, and the calculations should start happening, and we can change split by 2, 3, 4, and so forth. And of course, the tip later will have to change accordingly as we change these values, either from the slider or from the buttons that we're clicking there. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing in the next videos now. So the infrastructure is there. Now we need to do the actual calculations.